Matthew Hawk goes in motion. It's a handoff to Ben Goley up the middle, and Goley is getting a tough 5 yards. He was following his lead of Jake Curvin. Curvin really had to get him down, get on top of his defensive player. 5-yard pickup for Goley.
Nice quick run by Ben Goley, hitting the line full speed ahead. He knew exactly where he was going to go with that one, picking up 5 yards.
2nd and 5 from the 35. We're in quarter number 4. Dowling 27, Johnston 14. Paul Yeager alongside Dave Marcoulier. It's play action. Hartlib's going to roll now to the right. He's got a wide open Hawk, but instead he's going to go to Ogden. Caught at the 40 to the 35. In down to Johnston territory, all the way down to the 30-yard line. Zinselmeyer there to make the tackle, as is Arnold. 1st down and 10, Dowling.
No, and I cannot tell you what a great pass Dan Hartley just threw. Running the bootleg, throwing across his body and having to open up, put that ball, man, that is a tough throw to make, but he just did a beautiful job. Put it right on the numbers for a huge 1st down.
Ball goes into Johnston territory all the way down to the 30-yard line. You know, you just wonder if Hartlib would have had a chance to play last year, get a little more experience, how good he could really be. It looks like there's a lot of upside. Dowell is going to go down in a hurry. Dowell is going to be tackled by Richards, and he's trying to get behind Jimmy Barsetti.
Well, Dowell trying to put on a little moves there and kind of tripped. I think he's got that sore knee coming out limping a little bit, but he kind of tripped himself up there for a loss of 1.
Crowd still making some noise here. You got the cheerleaders in full strength in the pink shirts for the maroon side, trying to cheer on the Maroons to victory. Dowling leads 27-14. Hartlib is under center. In motion goes Hawk. It's the give to Goley up the middle, and Goley gets a great amount of yardage before Montgomery makes that tackle. And I'll tell you what, it's some heavy hitting going on.
Yeah, there really has been all night. And Goley, again, hitting that line of scrimmage on a dead sprint. And Nick Navin coming up slowly. That poor guy is in there offensively doing nothing but blocking these huge linebackers all night, and defensively playing linebacker, making the tackles. He's one tough kid, Paul.
He is, and you know, when you get a little bit of a break every once in a while, those legs really stay fresh. 3rd and 4 from the 25. Maroons need to make some yardage here. It's a play-action pass. Hartlib back to pass, throws it, going to the back of the end zone for Hawk, and it's going to be just off his fingertips at the goal line, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and decision time for the Maroons.
Well, Andrew stopped running a little bit there. Hawk did on his route, and Dan overthrew him as a result. But Dowling Catholic, I think they're going to go for it here, and they probably should.
27-14, Dowling Catholic High School football on 1150 KWKY, streaming on KWKY.com and webcasting at DowlingCatholic.org, is brought to you in part by Midwest Mattress, Nutrical, and OBGYN and Associates. 4th and 4 from the 25. Hartlib rolls to the right. He's got a couple of receivers. He's going to throw it off the fingertips of Brandon Ogden. Incomplete, and the Maroons will turn the ball over on downs.
Oh, Ogden was open too, and Dan would like to have that pass back because Ogden was wide open for the 1st down, and Dan overthrew him, threw him behind him just a bit, so it turns the ball over. Johnston's ball, 1st and 10, 9:24 left to go in the game.
The drive went 8 plays all the way down to the 25-yard line, but not enough. So Johnson will come back with the football still in this football game. 27-14, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line on their side of the field. It's going to be a throw again by Johnston, and it's going to be caught up to the 30-yard line. It's going to be that's Moss, Dylan Temple.
Again, Dowling has done a nice job keeping these receivers in front of them all night long, with the exception of one play. Johnson continues to throw the ball to the sideline play after play.
It's a handoff to Yoakum. Yoakum is a good back tonight. He has earned every single yard he has gotten tonight. Slow to get up is Nick Navin. He's holding that right arm.
And we saw this last week too. The poor guy, you feel for him, because you know that hand is awfully sore.
3rd and 1.
Oh, and he did not get it.
Wow.
Oh, my. He tried the quarterback sneak, Paul, for the first down, and he did not get an inch.
Avery Mason comes in. He makes the most of the opportunity. So it'll be 4th and 1. I would assume Johnson's only got one thing on the mind. That's to go for it. Kinning doesn't get it on 3rd down. I'm sure he'll try to call his own number on 4th. Play clock at 10. Johnson's going to have to hurry. The ball's at the 34. They need to get to the 35. It's going to be a shotgun formation for Johnston. They're going for broke. They're throwing it, and it's going to be caught, and it's going to be enough for the first down. Good second effort. Late penalty flag comes through. The pass was caught by Nick Stitzel. See what the flag is after the play, but I'm going to guess it's on the boys in maroon and white. Personal foul, face mask on Dowling.
That's going to give him a few more yards. But again, it's just that quick pass. They caught Dowling off guard. Dowling was trying to shift defensively on the line and couldn't get adjusted. And Johnston picked up the first down, plus an additional 15 for the face mask penalty.
So the ball's now in Dowling territory at the 45-yard line. Maroons need to pitch a defensive stop here. Johnston, 1st and 10, hard snap count, and it's going to be another 5 yards as the left end, Farmonic, jumps off, and just like that, Matthew goes to the side. Leif Monson comes in, layup, so it'll be 1st and 5.
And Johnston on the move, trying to get some points on the board, and you already know they'll come back with an onside kick if they are successful.
Pass is too tall for Cullen Moss, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, again, I think Dowling batted the ball on that play. If I'm not mistaken, it was Sam Richter who got his hands on the ball that time.
Ball's at the 40-yard line, 2nd and 5, 7:31 to play, 27-14, Dowling leads. Johnson has the football going left to right. Kinning throws. It's again too tall of a pass for his receiver, Dylan Temple. Oh, it is caught.
No, it was incomplete.
I was going to say, I thought it was dropped, and then I thought it was complete.
You
so
know,
it'll be 3rd and 10.
And I know I've been saying this all night, but they keep running it all night. All they do is take their flanker back, and he just flares out to the sideline, and the quarterback throws him the ball. And it's tough to cover, and you know that's okay because they only pick up a few yards, and Dowling Catholic will give them that all night.
Dowling fans got to make some noise. The fake to Yoakum. Kinning's going to throw the football on the right. Here comes some pressure for Farmonic, and he's sacked all the way back to the 50-yard line. Matthew Farmonic redeems himself from the earlier penalty, makes the sack all the way back to the 50. It'll be 4th and 15.
And nice play. And Kinney came over and checked for his receivers, and no one was open. Great job by the secondary, Matthew Farmonic. The secondary allowed him the time to come in and make the sack. Brings up a 4th and 14 for Johnston, and they bring in their punt team.
Wow, just when you thought Johnston was going to be able to make this game a lot closer, they are forced to punt the football. Kinning's all the way back at his 39. Gets his leg into it. Gets a little bit of a roll, bounces at the 23. Dowling will not return the football, and Johnson's going to pin Dowling all the way down to about the 12-yard line. Brian Morris is down on our sideline.
You know, I'm getting tired of seeing the athletic trainers down here doing so much work. You had Chase Dow come off. The orthopedic surgeons look at him when he's off. Reed Flood has been out all game with a knee injury. Now you have Navin down here with ice back on his hand. It has been a tough year for the Maroons. At halftime, I counted 14 guys just in their jerseys, not in uniform tonight.
The ER call this the MASH unit.
And looking at Nick Navin on the sideline, and the poor kid is in some pain with that hand.
Hartlib goes under center from the 11-yard line. It's a give to goalie up the middle, and goalie is hit and stopped by you-know-who. Nope, take that back. I thought it was Richards, but instead it was Joe Scanlon. Man, he's a big kid. He's a wrestler, too. Good athlete.
Well, Dowling's going to want to be running the ball here to work on the clock, and Johnston kind of knows that. So 2nd and 10 would be surprised me for Dowling to mix in the pass a little bit.
Wind is at their back. The clock is at 6 minutes. left to play. Dowling sends 2 receivers left, and they've got 2 in the backfield. It's Avery Mason as the fullback. Hartlib's going to throw the football on play action. He's got Hawk, and it's caught at the 24. Hawk goes down to a knee, still on his feet, spins his way to the 30-yard line. Pickup of almost 20 yards on the play. Move the chains for the Maroons.
Nice play action fake by Dan Hartlib, and again, putting the ball right on the numbers of Hawk, who picked up the first down. 5:40 left in the game. The clock is running. Dowling Catholic's ball.
All right, Maroons have a little more breathing room. 5:35 to play. Dowling has the football in their home maroon uniforms. White numbers, white pants. Johnston in those white road uniforms. Some of them starting to huff and puff a little bit more, and we've got a whistle. And
I think that's going to be equipment. You get a penalty if you don't have your mouthpiece in.
Legal
They're
procedure.
calling procedure, but I also saw him pointing at Dowling for a mouthpiece violation.
Want to let you a little scoring update from Hall of Famer Mark Amadeo. Final score in Class 2A District 8, Prairie City Monroe, 4th ranked in the state, 35-0 over Clarinda. Prairie City Monroe now 7-0. We'll follow them, the unofficial second team of KWKY. Hartlib under center. Moved back 5 yards. He's got 2 receivers to the right. Gives it to Goalie. Goalie finds his way to the left side of the formation before Zinzelmeyer and Newton come up. Sexton is there. Wisniewski was trying to make some blocking happen, and it's pickup of 4. It'll be back to the 30-yard line.
And again, I want to give credit to this offensive line. T.J. Palmy, Jake Kervin, Mark Kinko, Evan Barkley, and Jimmy Parzetti. They've done a great job of opening holes and, more importantly, allowing Dan Hartlib time to get the ball off tonight. He hasn't been under a whole lot of pressure at all in the backfield.
Avery Mason moves. Hawk, I think they both were moving. There were multiple men moving at that play. Avery Mason is playing fullback. The line of scrimmage is barely where Ben Goalie gets. They're going to whistle this, and it's going to be an illegal shift on Dowling. Avery Mason is playing because we mentioned Reed Flood is out, and Nick Naven is sitting on the sideline. So Avery Mason is your third-string fullback. And Mason moved, and before he was done moving, Hawk started and took off and never stopped before the snap of the ball. So,
Yeah.
Hey, I want to let you know, Dave, the 50th Annual Pancake Breakfast and Bake Sale coming up on the 30th of October at the Polk County Convention Complex. You're ready to go for that?
I'm ready to go, and if anyone needs tickets, just call Dowling Catholic High School, or any Dowling student can help you out. Or give me a call.
Give Dave a call.
I'll sell you a ticket.
I got to see Lindsay this morning. She's getting close. I'm not going to see her many more Friday mornings when I come in to see Coach Wilson.
No, Lindsay Daniels is the Dowling girl who... Go ahead, Paul.
Hartlib to Matthew Hawk, and it's complete enough for a first down up to the 46. Lindsay is the...
she's one of our big-time listeners,
You bet,
Paul.
and that's why I wanted to say hello to her.
And she's about ready to deliver a little baby girl. And I know she's listening now, so, hello, Lindsay, but the one thing with Lindsay is she's from Fort Dodge. And that's,
I think she had more calls from you on that trip.
Yeah, I called her when we got up there a couple times. Just let her know my feelings about Fort Dodge.
1st and 10 from the 46 after the pickup by Hawk. A left side moves. And I tell you now, we're starting to see some other players. Mallacy, I'm sorry. So we had babies. We mentioned in the pregame show, Coach Andy Pollock, his wife Jessica, gave birth to a daughter earlier this week. And Coach O'Connor, his wife, gave birth, I believe that was a boy, a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
You got any other coaches pregnant over there?
Not that I'm aware
or
of.
their spouses, I should say. So it's always a fun time when that's a kind of a good bonding experience. The penalty is on Dowling, goes back. 1st and 15 from the 41. Hartlib under center, sends Hawk in motion, left to right, runs away from the radio. Give to Goalie on that play up the middle, and Goalie's going to get up to the 45 as the clock continues to roll. 3:38, and now Johnson's going to have to take a timeout to stop the clock. Andre McKay makes the stop.
And Johnston did call timeout with 3:37 left in the game at 10:05, Paul.
Well, we were still on the air with the play-by-play after 10 last week as well, and that was homecoming. And this ball game moving a little bit better. I'm doing what I can to elbow you every once in a while to stay away.
10 o'clock is usually my bedtime, and Brian's sitting down on the field down there smiling at me.
Got a couple of, yeah, he knows it. Brian is here. Brian?
Yeah, no, I agree. This game has seemed to have taken a dragging mentality in the second half. There's just been a lot of ball changes, a lot of out-of-bounds plays, a lot more penalties, excuse me, than the first half. We had one. I bet you we've had about a half a dozen in the second half.
That's right.
Well, if you total it up, we've been here over 5 hours.
We still have a post-game show to go after this. Hartlib is in the shotgun, sends Chase Dowell. They're going to give it to him on the jet play. He's going to get to the outside, up to the 50, cross midfield into Johnston territory, but short of the first down by about 5 yards. Dowell is stopped by Kyle Arnold. Let's take a look at some CIML scores. Timeout on the field. Southeast Polk has gone on to defeat Indianola tonight by a score of 31-7. Valley 55, Mason City 14. Waukee still playing at Fort Dodge tonight. It's 33-17. Waukee leads that one. Des Moines East tonight won 60-6. Marshalltown is in front of Ames, 35-19. No report from Roosevelt and North. Lincoln leads Ottumwa 49-31. Sioux City East has gone on to defeat Sioux City West tonight, 56-0. Xavier has defeated Waterloo East 19-16. Linn-Mar in front of Wash, or that's the final now, 56-7. Prairie in front of Jefferson, 29-17. Cedar Falls defeated Waterloo West tonight, 49-7. Clinton 55, Davenport West 10. Pleasant Valley 52, Muscatine 13. That's also a final. Here it's 27-14 with 3:30 to play. Dowling has the football. 3rd and 4 from the 48. If they can get this drive or get this first down, they could almost run the game down. 1 timeout left for Johnson. Hartlib sends 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. He's going to throw the screen to Goalie. Goalie's got the 50 to the 40. He's got the first down and then some. 40, 35 down to the 34 before Zinselmeyer makes the tackle. Helps Zinselmeyer, the senior there. We haven't seen the screen to Goalie. In fact, that might be one of only 2 receptions for Goalie all year.
Yeah, that was a nicely executed play. Goalie was wide open, had a lot of running room, and that pretty much probably sealed the game for Dowling Catholic if it wasn't sealed already, Paul.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line of Johnston now. And 3:05 to play, and the Johnston faithful, some of them will still hang out in this ball game, but many others have left. 3 minutes to play. Hand off to Goalie up the left, now to the middle. Montgomery comes up to make the tackle. There is a penalty on the field.
Right after we were talking about only 1 penalty the first half, we're starting to see the yellow flag fly all over the place, and that was holding on Dowling Catholic.
St. Louis Cardinals are in the bottom of the 9th, leading the Philadelphia Phillies 1-0.
It's 1-1 now, I think.
No, he's telling me 1 more out, so there's 2 outs in that inning. 2 more outs, and I tell you what, if the Cardinals can hold on, that to me is incredible. They were done, left for dead when we started football.
Boy, and you've heard everyone talking about the Phillies since the very first game of the year.
Just think if you're the city of Philadelphia. Think if you're the city of Philadelphia because you thought the Phillies were going to do well, and you thought the Eagles were going to do well. And the Eagles are like 1-4. Are you crying?
What a pity. Give me a handkerchief, will you, Paul?
Exactly. Nobody cries for the city of
Wait
brotherly love.
till they play my Packers if they want to shed a tear or two.
Your Packers are playing well. Matthew Hawk goes in motion left to right. Hand off to Goalie. Goalie off left tackle, now to the right. Puts his head down. Great running by Ben Goalie. He gets up to about the 36-yard line. Johnston has 1 timeout, but electing not to stop the clock. Dowling Catholic High School football on 1150. KWKY is streaming on kwky.com and webcasting at dowlingcatholic.org. Is brought to you in part by Mercy Medical Center, Echo Valley Country Club, and Jethro's Barbecue. Tell you what, Brian Morris, I believe, started the day in Columbia, Missouri. It's after 10 o'clock. It's late. I was about 1,000 miles from Johnston, or from Des Moines on Wednesday. It's been a long week for everybody. It's been a long night for Johnston as Dowling Catholic gives it to Ben Goalie again. Goalie is going to be close to getting a yard, and quickly Coach Woodley calls a timeout.
You know, of course, you got to use them all. 1:46 left.
Cardinals win.
Down by 13.
Chris Carpenter, a complete game. St. Louis moves on to play the Central Division champion Milwaukee Brewers, who won tonight in 10 innings. So it's the Brewers and the Cardinals in the NLCS.
Wow.
The Yankees are done. And I'm looking at the producer of the broadcast, Mike Peters, who's worked on the Yankee broadcast before. And he knows how much crying there is in New York.
I tell you what, there's more in Philadelphia. What a huge, huge upset for that team going out, because everyone had picked them to win the whole thing this year. And wow, for them to go out this early.
Well, if you've got you got the Texas Rangers and the Detroit Tigers playing in the ALCS, and the Cardinals and the Brewers. The Cardinals and Brewers, very good matchups. Brewers have kind of had the Cardinals' number this year. 27-14, a $1.46 to play. Dowling needs to get to the 20-yard line, and they're going to give it to goalie, hand down. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage at the 35. Minute 37, if the play clock will be down to about a minute.
Well, the
When
good
they
news,
punt the football, it'll be fourth down.
the good news of this whole thing, Paul, is Johnston's out of timeouts.
They are. The clock continues to roll.
Goalie fell on his shoulder there, trying to shake out the cobwebs of that. That's all we need is another injury.
Especially the goalie.
Yeah.
I
I tell you what, we've been talking about him. What a tremendous season he had. I am just so impressed with how much he has progressed. I'm not going to call him a surprise because he did well last year, but he has really improved. Timeout Dowling, of course.
Let's go down to Brian Morris, because I know Brian has had a long day. What's going on, Brian?
I just had one of the coaches come up to me and said, we're trying to set the record for the most penalties on a drive. And I think he's right, because I think there's been about 4 in this, or 5 in this drive.
I'd like to thank those of you who've been watching on the web around the world on DowlingWebcasting.com, listening to us on 1150 KWKY, getting to hear you, Dave.
You know, I would say, Brian, that's probably, 5 penalties on this drive, and that's the 4th timeout on this drive.
Yeah, I think this drive started at about 9:30 Central Time.
and we've gone 20 yards.
So the Maroons will have the football, a minute 4, so it's still not over yet, but when you're out of timeouts, you don't have the football back yet. So Dowling's going to send out the punter, Matthew Hawk, and he will be at about the 50, because if you take the penalty and go back 5, Hawk just kind of has to get it over the line of scrimmage.
You know,
And that's Bowles going back. I really don't think he's going to want to touch this football. Hawk takes the low snap, rolls to the left, kicks it. Kind of a wobbler. It's going to go out of bounds. Caught by Bowles at the 1-yard line.
No.
What is he doing?
The wrong thing.
Is he? Well, he thinks it's going to be down anyway, because Dowling could have caught that football.
Yeah, actually,
you
it was.
can catch the football.
Yes,
if
actually,
you're the punting team.
it was an excellent punt, and I think it probably would have gone out of bounds, but it was close. If you're Johnston, you don't want to do what he just did. So it's Johnston's ball on the 3-yard line. Hopefully, 1, maybe 2 plays.
Ball's at the 3. 56 seconds. Dowling Catholic 27, Johnston 14.
Johnston stays with their starters.
Kinning in the shotgun in his own end zone. 3-step drop, looks to roll. Now he steps up and throws, and it's going to be incomplete. Connor Yoakum. It was a forward pass. Yoakum just couldn't catch it. You know, Yoakum was somebody that Coach Wilson talked about in the pregame show. He liked his work ethic. He's a hard-working, blue-collar type of guy. He's gotten a lot of snaps. We did not see Marcus Montgomery run the football much
No,
tonight.
we really
in fact,
didn't.
I don't even think he touched the ball. The only time he touched it was when the snap went over the quarterback's head and he fell on that fumble.
Yeah, he's an excellent running back, outstanding athlete. I believe he's just a junior. Also plays a lot on defense, and I am very surprised they didn't use him more. And, of course, another timeout.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break here on the official radio station of Dowling Catholic Sports, 1150 KWKY. Kinning's pass is intended for a receiver and incomplete. It was in the direction of Zach Bowles. It'll be now 3rd and 10 from 3. Paul Yeager alongside Dave Marculia. That's Brian Morris down on the sideline. Ramel Slaughter is here. We're on the World Wide Web with audio and also with some video. Glad to have you here. The scoreboard says 43 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter.
You know, I'm looking over the Dowling fans down below us, and Brian, I see your mother's still listening to us, so you might want to say hi to Mom.
Kinning's going to step up and throw. Caught by Yoakum at the 2, to the 5, to the 10, to the 15. Good pickup by Connor Yoakum. That'll be enough for a first down. Tackle made. Tackle made on that play by Leif Monson. Up to the 17. 1st and 10. Kinning has some breathing room. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Looks to throw it downfield. He had 1 receiver, and now Kinning's just going to have to run for his life, tuck it, run it, and get out of bounds at about the 25, make that the 27-yard line, and that's enough for a first down. So pickup of 12 on the play, 21 seconds to play, 27-14, Dowling leads. Second team primarily on the field for the defense for Dowling.
And they're playing quite deep. Linebackers are at least 5 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Still have Heckman and Gelati at your secondary, Wisniewski, but it looks like there's a couple of new players up
Another
front.
penalty.
Oh.
Procedure on Johnston.
8.
We had 1 penalty
Yeah.
the entire first half. Dowling, one penalty for 5 yards.
I'm glad you didn't say we had nothing of something else at halftime, so you didn't jinx that. I'll take penalties. Okay, maybe not.
You know, there's been at least 10, I would guess, this second half.
Ramel, make sure when you get the stats, we found out how many penalties in the second half. So we'll need how many penalties, but we think it's about 10. So make sure he gets that stat. He'll chase that down. Pass is caught by Johnston's Nick Stitzel.
He gets out of bounds, stops the clock with 12 seconds left.
Stitzel is a sophomore. He played a lot tonight, had a lot of catches. Kinning is a junior. Johnson's a pretty good football team. You know, they played tough this whole game, did not give up. They trail 27-14, 12 seconds remain, still fighting to the end. Kinning in the shotgun, looks to the left, throws to the left, and it's going to be caught by Cullen Moss. Moss goes to the middle, now goes to the left. This could be the last play of the game. 5-4. He's out of bounds at the 40-yard line with 1 second, no seconds, and that is the ball game.
Well, I think we snuck a second off our score. I'm going to be surprised if they call it.
They're going to talk about it. The referees do keep. Brian, what do you got?
Yeah, no, the Johnston coaches were running out screaming like it was the first quarter of the Super Bowl, and I guess they got one more play.
All right, one more play.
They want 2 seconds on the clock.
Pickup.
Give it to him.
Goes all the way to the 38-yard line with 2 seconds, 27-14. Kinning is going to be back to pass, is going to step up and throw a deep, nice ball to the corner over the head of his intended receiver, Cullen Moss, and that's incomplete. And at 10-19, that's the ball game. Dowling wins 27-14, Dave.
At 10:20. I think that has just set the record, Paul, of the latest game that I've been ever been a part of. I remember the state championship last year. We were saying at 10 after 10, Dowling is the state champs.
It was
thereabouts.
I want to say it was about 10-15, 10-14, because I remember looking at the clock, and I think there's a couple of pictures of that scoreboard.
Yeah, this is the latest that I've ever seen a high school game get over.
Well, at least you're not traveling home from anywhere.
That's true. We could be in Sioux City, couldn't we? I think I'd travel right to the nearest motel.
Be thankful for a lot of things. Dowling Catholic High School football on 1150 KWKY. Streaming on KWKY.com and webcasting at DowlingCatholic.org is brought to you in part by Waters Autoland, Mercy Medical Center, and West Bank. Our post-game show will begin after this break. Dowling Catholic wins 27-14. The Maroons improve on the season. One more game to go. Week number 8 is in the books. Dowling wins 27-14. The post-game show is next on the official radio station of Dowling Catholic Sports, 1150 KWKY.